if I could truly do magic, and if I could give people in sales and people who want to communicate generally, if I could give them one gift, it would be the ability to see the world from the point of view of your client, because it gives you so much ammunition. It gives you so much awareness of what their priorities are, what their problems are, what they're struggling with. And there's a really key phrase to remember here, which is that people love to buy, but they hate to be sold to. All right, they love to buy, but they hate to be sold to. In other words, we don't want to engage with people who are trying to push their idea at us or try to push their service at us. But we love to engage with people who really understand our world and are really able to articulate their value to us in ways that are meaningful to us. If you imagine a situation where you're on holiday and you're walking along a beach, and you've probably all experienced this, and there are lots of restaurants on the beach, and the people are out at the front with the menus, and they come up to you with the menu and they say, "Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. Are you hungry? Come and eat in our restaurant. Come and eat in our restaurant." And if you're like 99% of people, you just keep walking. You just ignore those restaurants. But then you see another restaurant at the end of the street, and there's a queue outside this restaurant, and there's nobody pulling you in. There's nobody coming out and shoving menus in your face. And you sort of think, "Oh, that looks nice." And you go up and say, "Hello, have you got a table?" And they say, "Oh, have you got a reservation?" And you think, "No, we haven't, but now we really want to eat here." And they say, "Well, you'll have to wait, I'm afraid, and have a drink at the bar." And so the point I'm making is that kind of pull in us. We love to buy. We love to make the decision that we're getting real value from an organization or from a person, but we don't want people to push themselves at us. If you're trying to engage team members on a project, write down 100 problems that the team members are facing right at the moment. It's a really magical exercise, this. It's a very special exercise, because what you'll find will happen, it's not quick, by the way, you do have to take a bit of time to do this, but you'll find that what happens is the first 10 or so problems, they're quite obvious to you, they're quite easy, you know what they are. And when you move past 10, it starts to become a bit more difficult. But the difficulty is where the magic of this exercise lies, because you really have to start seeing the world from the point of view of your clients or your team members or your investors. And you start to understand the language that they use. You start to understand why they behave the way they do. And if you can get past 50 problems, you really step into their world. You really start understanding them. And you start becoming able to write and to speak in ways that directly address the problems. Because really, we can say very deeply in sales, in terms of the decision-making process. People, there's a very old phrase in sales, people don't buy a drill, they buy a hole in the wall. Or they don't even buy a hole in the wall, they buy a painting hanging on the drill. In other words, no one wants to buy this piece of equipment, this tool called a drill. They want a result, they want their problem solved. And people really don't pay big money for small problems. So the more you can understand their problems, the more you can articulate their problems back to them, the better you'll be able to be a kind of, if you like, trusted partner.